Oh, hello, welcome in. So tonight on Scale and Soul, just how's everyone doing? I'll give a couple of minutes before I just jump right in. I usually jump right in. Um, I will get better at these lives, but for now, I am so used to getting right to the topic. Hi, Linda. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. And just so I did try to post, I couldn't change the title once I schedule it. Um, but tonight we will be discussing the concept. Hello, Kim. How are you? How are you? We'll be discussing the concept of Rule of 72. Are you guys familiarized with the Rule of 72? Have you heard of it, or are you familiarized? You can let me know below, and while we let other people come in. No, you haven't heard of it? Okay, cool. Well, maybe I'll teach you something possibly tonight. Hello, hello. How are you, cousin? How are you, Felicia? So, tonight we're going to be discussing the Rule of 72. And I'm going to discuss what it is so then you can see what it is and see how we can implement it into our weight loss journey. So, I'll briefly go over what it is on a financial standpoint. So what it is if you take it's basically taking 72 and divided by 6 equals 12, right? And that's your money. We would get a 6% interest in them in over a 12-year time frame. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is something that is taught. That I learned this in college when I was working on my undergrad and then my grad studies. So I don't know if I mentioned before, I have my bachelor's in finance with a minor in accounting, and I have my master's in accounting and taxation. Um and so you guys can hear me because I don't have my microphone, but hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Oh, you know a little bit about it. Okay. Yeah, so that's what it is on a financial standpoint, is basically, you know, earning interest over a set period of times. And I have my notes down here too. Um and so it's the thought of doubling your money, right? So doubling your money over 12 years. So you put, a certain amount of money in the bank, you should earn at least 6% interest. And basically your money doubles because it's like compounding. So that's basically what we're going to be discussing today. So we're taking the timeline of financial principles and flipping it into the soul of our wellness journey of what we're doing every day right now as we try to maintain or become more into what our weight loss is going to be, right? So if we think about the Rule of 72, it's basically, like I said, it calculates how investors calculate how much you can double your money over a particular amount of time. So, but what does that consist of? Consistency, right? So that word has come up many a times. But consistencies of what? With our weight loss journey, it's going to be consistency of our efforts. So we're going to take small, steady wins, right? Small and steady wins, right? And then that's going to give us long-term results, right? And having loving habits. So if you have loving habits, things that you like to do, right? Foods that you like to eat, right? So it's not forced for you, right? So if you think about your foods that you like to eat on your weight loss journey, it may not be something that someone else is eating that they desire to eat, right? One of the things that for myself that I desire to eat was when I first started off was I love it to juice. So I started juicing a lot during my journey, lots. And my juice would be mostly vegetables with some cute cucumbers. So it's basically mostly spinach, kale, cucumbers, celery. I even did like some I would just do celery juice for like a whole day. I think I did celery juice for like 5 days straight one time. And just celery juice and some water. So some people might be like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't sound good. It doesn't taste good." And no, I'm not doing that, right? So again, that's not something that I can sustain over a long period of time. But I did it as a cleansing for myself. And so we also want to think about our energy when we think about this, right? So when we work out, right? If you start doing small walks, right? You just like, maybe you decide that, hey, I'm gonna walk from, you say you have your neighborhood, you're gonna walk from where you are to up the street, right? Or when I get out of work, for my lunch, I'm gonna try to do a 5 minute walk, or and then it turns from 5 to 10. It might accelerate, right? So we're taking small amounts of wins and we're turning them into something bigger. Eventually it will get there. The day that you start, it won't get there. I'll use myself. I'll use the hula hoop challenge, right? When I first stepped inside of that hula hoop and trying to put it together, for one, was a challenge. But let's get to the hula hoop of me trying to actually do it. The first couple of times was a challenge for me. And it was hard for me to maintain and hold up. But anything that you do consistently over a short period of time will have long-term effects. Okay. So that's very important. So Kim J says, great suggestions, small and steady wins for long-term results by the way of nutrition. Yes. And also exercise, she said. All right, so transformation isn't instant, as we all are aware, right? But it compounds. That's what's most important. So same thing with the investment of the rule of 72 is compound interest. The same thing with our lives that we're trying to do with our weight loss journey. We're compounding our small success to have a bigger win at the end of the day. And you'll get to see it you'll be able to see it on the scale, right? And you'll be able to see it for non-scale victories, right? So I weigh myself only once a month. But in the process of me weighing myself just once a month, I was able to see, oh my gosh, people at my job was like, "Oh, look at your pants. Your pants are, Michelle, like, oh, look at, like, you're losing a lot of weight." And like you can see it first in my clothes. And I told myself, I'm not gonna buy any clothes until I lose my first 50 pounds. And I did. It brought me like a few suits after I lost 50 pounds. But before that, no, I didn't. I just took the, like, those wins. That was a win for me. And I knew that I was doing something right in the process, whether or not I knew the scale was moving. And so that was my indication of small wins, is I knew I was getting out of these clothes and I knew I was in a smaller size. Right. So thank you for everybody that's coming in, pressing the like button. I thank you. I appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, you can subscribe. This is Scale and Soul. We come on every night at 10 p.m. and we'll be discussing different concepts within weight loss journey. Sometimes I try to reflect it back into your regular life of the different things that you may be dealing with. And also try to reflect it back on things that I have my own personal experience on. And that's how I kind of make my decision on my topics and how my delivery would be. Linda then puts in, yes, Michelle, I am not a person who weighs all the time. Yes. So that's what Linda put. And Felicia put, yes, small wins count even when the scale doesn't show it. Yes, I agree. And so the payoff, right? No matter what, the payoff is that you're more healthier, like, than what you were yesterday. So everything that you do, you're earning something and it's helping you towards the near future. So you can look back and make a determination as to where you're going right now. You can write to your future self, right? I know in two other lives ago, I talked about, doing a vision board and making it every month, right? And so you can hold yourself accountable to the small wins, because I think it matters. I feel like, to me, it matters. It matters a lot. So when we're thinking about our wellness, of our performance, of losing weight, if we think about the interest doubling, few things that should think about is your daily hydration, right? If we think of our daily hydration, that if we, hello Mary, how are you? Welcome in. If you think about your daily hydration, and I'm gonna be throwing percentages out here, right? This is just me being me, right? Just I love to push something to numbers. So if you think about your daily hydration and you decide that, hey, this is gonna give me a 5% return on my weight loss, right? Staying hydrated is gonna help me 5% of the way, right? And you can make your own numbers up. This is just what I just hypothetically put down. Whether it's right or it's wrong or it's not even something that I'm doing. It's just me just giving you an idea of how you can take this back and think about your own journey of where you are, where you're reflecting in the mirror, and then deciding what's your percentage, right? Then if I think about my energy, if I think about, clearing my skin, walking for 30 minutes, right? Those things, energy, walking, and doing these things can clear up my skin. I say that's about 7% because I'm taking care of myself inside and out. So 7% of my journey, my weight loss journey, is pertaining to that aspect of it. If I think about my mood, my stigma, my meal prepping, that's about a 6% return. So because I'm investing my time into my daily hydration, 5%, my meal prepping, or keeping my mood up, keeping myself in a good state of mind, that's about a 7% of my weight loss journey. Um and then like my staying in control, counseling, journaling, that is a 8% of my return. So because I feel like if your mental is not right, then you're going to sabotage what else is going to come, right? Because you might be quick in anger, right? Rage is not something you should live off of. So understanding those concepts. Hello everyone. Oh, hi everyone. Hope you're having a good day and a good night. Yes, my day was good. I actually got an IV today at Restore, so I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. And then the next one is going to be emotional clarity and quality of sleep. I think that's 10%, right? Because I feel like you need to have a good rest. I feel like everyone should have a good sleep, whether it's the medication putting you to sleep, hopefully not. Hopefully you're just like having a good night's sleep and you're able to rest, right? And I think that's, to me, that's the most important. So if you think about the numbers that I just stated, I said my quality of sleep is 10%, which I feel like is the most important. Then my confidence and journaling and being like keeping my mental state correct, that's basically 8%. And then my walking is another 7%. And then my foods is 6%. And my hydration's a 5%. So you can just kind of have an idea. And yours might be a little bit different. And if you want to change your titles, but think about that. Think about what interest rate will double because of your weight loss. Okay, we have, I believe Felicia said yesterday, she's down 100 pounds, right? And she's probably 100 plus, and she says she's still losing. So what aspects um is causing you to double your investment that you put in to get to that 100 pounds? Did you focus on your sleep? Did you focus on your hydration? And at what percentage did you do that? All right, so it's something to think about and hone on a little bit. Maybe like we also have Miss Linda. She makes great drinks, and she posts that on her page. If you're not following her, you can check her out. And one of the things over there is maybe that's part of her like meal prepping, and her that keeps her mood good because that's something she enjoys, that's something she likes to do, that's something that is could be part of her daily hydration. It could be some of both, right? Because she can enjoy doing it, which is keeping her mood good, and it can keep her hydrated. So this is just like an example I want to give so you can reflect off of exactly what I'm telling you. All right. And then engagement, right? So one thing you want to do is you want to have the right people around you. Hello, Jane. How are you? Jane says, hydration and activity because those continue returns beyond just weight loss. Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. And so things you can think about amongst like your community of people that you engage with on your page or in your family, with your friends who know you're on this journey, is like think about like some habits. And if you guys want to put it down in the chat, you can. But these are just things I want to just takeaways. Is like think about a habit that caused you to get a return, whether and it paid off. Now, again, this is weight loss, but if it's something else, you can put it down below. That's perfectly fine. So then the next question is if your health is a bank account, right? I know I'm going a little bit left, but just stay with me. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. If your health is a bank account, what are you depositing today? Right? So I'm going to say that again. If your health was a bank account, what are you depositing today? And if you want to throw it down in the chat, you can. If you want to just think about it, you can. Oh yeah, happy birthday. It is still your birthday. Happy birthday. What did you do today, Jane? How are you? Hi, Key. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. You can like, subscribe if you like. All right. And then the next thing is imagine yourself and you're very, 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 very confident, right? And anything that you want, right, in this weight loss journey is gonna double for you because something you're putting in is gonna double for you in the next 72 days, right? So if we think about it, and I say 72 days, I know there's like tons of different challenges out there, but I'm considering doing this 72 challenge because it's going to put me right before Thanksgiving. It's going to put me like the 22nd or the 23rd, right before Thanksgiving. And so the different things that I want to work on. And I have these journals. I was hoping I was going to get them done today, but I didn't. So maybe I'll get them done over the weekend, possibly. And I'm going to put them in the description underneath this particular video. I think might not be the video, maybe it's my description, but it will be labeled like journaling for 72 days, and it should be downloadable. Like, again, I'm working on it, so you should be able to download it, and then you'll be able to have it for yourself if you want it. But that stuff would be left for you to think about. So imagine yourself of something that you were able to confidently double in the next 72 days, and think about your actions that you would have to take in order to get there. So if you feel like you struggle with your water intake, right? If you think you struggle with your water intake, then you should buy a water bottle that maybe has hours on it, and that water bottle may assist you. I seen that I was on a content creators page, and they had a water bottle that it was pretty cool. It was on TikTok, and it was like when they plug it up, and then when they drink it, it tells them what percentage they have drank for the day. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so think about different things that can allow you to get to your overall goal. So I'm gonna go to the comments. Kim J said, "I fought God first for the mindset shift. Prioritize nutrition, low carbs, high fiber, high protein, exercise, stress management for me." Okay, thank you for sharing. That's good because that's like, so what percentage do you think that is for yourself, Kim? If you thought about it, the mindset shift. And Jane said, I worked. She's talking about her birthday, right? Yep. I worked and listened to the community. I'm a Virgo. We celebrate all months and year. Okay, girl. All right. Linda said, I am putting good, healthy nutrition foods in my body on a daily basis. Thank you for sharing. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine, Felicia. See you when you return. Kim J says no. More blood sugar lows. My strength has improved. Reach my weight to help her reach her weight goals. Linda said I struggle with exercise, so I'm going to be doing Move Mondays with Twan. Okay, that's awesome. That's amazing. And see, that's what I said, like working with your community on different things that you may have and that you need to work on to become better. That's amazing. That's amazing right there. Mary said the struggle I have is pain. I don't get to work out like I want to. Okay. All right. So we want to find like some hello Jen, how are you? So we want to definitely find like talking to your doctor. Let's try to find some different ways if they can assist with that. And then if not, then I definitely would keep you in my prayers regarding that matter, Mary. Um Kim J says the results is for Dublin is faith, confident, content, subscribers, and watch hours. Okay, I got you. Yep. So that's amazing. Thank you guys for sharing. And so, sorry. So just think about like so if you want to think about like your wellness, your wellness over the next 72 days or your wellness today, think about the boundaries that you need to set in order to get there, right? Cuz I always say that, there might be different times. Kim J said, mindset shift, I went 100% in. Oh, okay, got it. But we want to create balance there too. So we want to give us a different percentage to different things. But yes, I understand, Kim. Um, and your you definitely want to try, if you're creating content, just say you're creating content, you want to think about how you're creating your content. Are you doing more reels? Are you doing more shorts? What are you doing? You want to create more long form videos? That could be part of your plan, because that right there can be, part of your growth. That's what also Kim J just mentioned. And that's what's also in my notes regarding, you know, your the next 72 days. And you can hone in on these things that you want to shift to. My bad. Oh, you asked about the percentage of my mindset, cousin. Oh, I got you. I got you. You saying you went 100% in. Okay, okay. I get what you're saying. No, no, no. I read it wrong, but I got what you're saying. Um, so the good thing about all of this is that, you know, when we shift, like I said, when we shift our small wins, it comes the bigger results. But it starts really with you writing it down and making that determination factor. And it like we might say we want to think about it, but when you write things, it just feels different. It feels real different when you identify what those things are that you are looking to change. So I set it up and I'll put it on. I think it's in the description. I could put it on the description after, but I'll go over it like with you guys tonight. The first thing is gonna be like the structure, right? So I think before you can even decide that you're gonna do something, and this is the determination whether something can be done, is actually starting a structure, right? So when we build a house, right? I don't know if anybody in here has ever built a house, right? But I haven't yet. But you always need that foundation, right? At the bottom, which is gonna be your structure. So what I have to say to that is create your structure. That's basically kind of what we're talking about tonight. So each theme or even each thought that you have of the things that you want to obtain need to be written. And you want to kind of write them in like short form. Yes, I will write my vision, make it plain, and run with the vision. Yes, Kim, I agree. And That's what's more important is the structure. Once you have your structure, then it allows you to help you build the rest of the house, right? But starting with that foundation. Now, if you realize you're doing it and you're like, I have nothing I want to change, then that's a deeper conversation that you really have to like maybe sit on it for a couple of days, because I always say there's always small things that we can change for bigger results. And then once you get there, then the first phase is going to be a reset and a reflect, right? So you're resetting your thoughts of where you were and you're reflecting on where you're going, okay? All right? And to ground yourself on who you were before and who you're going to become, right? Yes, all in 72 days. That's what the plan is. So, for example, if my focus is sleep, hydration, then that's what I will be focusing on for my rest and reset. Because I think I want to improve my sleep so then I can fully rest my body and think about the things I need to change and then reflect on it. Phase two leads you to a move and with like basically it's like changing with purpose, right? So it's like moving with a mission, okay? So you're starting to build your house, you need your windows, you need to go to Lowe's and grab them, right? Moving with a mission, not just sitting there saying, "Oh, I need windows," right? Okay? And so that means being intentional, right? So that means that, okay, I'm intentionally walking for 30 days, right? I'm doing this intentionally. You know, this is what I decide to do. Okay. If I decide I'm going to do, movement Mondays, I'm going to make sure that I'm dedicated to movement Mondays because that's what I'm going to do. I want to move my body. Okay. That's what you want to do. Make sure you're doing it. Okay. And another thing, be joyful during this process. Do not try to have a cheerful mind, right? Think about it's a great thing that you're doing this, right? It's not something that is like if it's something that's like, oh, I really don't want to do this, then your house will never get built. It's like if you can't get past this phase, these different phases, if you get stuck on these different phases, then you're basically not able to accomplish that thing in this time frame. Maybe there's another season because every season is not for everyone, right? So when I'm putting this out there and saying working seasons, I'm not telling you to start today. I'm not telling you to start tomorrow. You can always come back to this a year, 2, 3 years from now and decide, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start today. So this is just me going over it so you have the information and you can utilize it whenever you feel necessary that you're going to read it. That you're going to use it. All right. So phase three is nourish and flourish, right? And it means you're going to fuel yourself and there's going to be like no punishment. You're not going to be like, I gotta walk and start complaining. You're not gonna do that. That's a no. You're not doing that. No. We're not doing that. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're doing the necessary things that we need to do and not giving up on ourselves. So maybe it's having an accountability buddy in the process. Okay. All right. Are y'all still with me here? Are y'all here with me? Does anybody want to add anything before I go to phase four of it? Because there's a total of 6 phases and then there's a final day. So I'm halfway through. So I just want to engage with you guys. That's something that I'm working on is engagement. Because I would just talk. How are you? How are you? Yeah. So I'll just talk. So I'm just gonna stop and just see if there's any questions. Do you guys want to add anything to anything that I'm saying? Okay, you guys are here. Okay, good. So I can continue. Okay. All right. So the phase four that we're on is we're mastering our mindset. And so here it is, whatever we decided to do, our thoughts are aligning with our habits. Because now we're at this point, you're at day 37, right? And you're mastering it. You're You're telling yourself you can do it. You're doing it with ease. There's no opposition because you dealt with your oppositions. If you had any, you dealt with it in the last phase. So in this phase, those oppositions didn't make its way through to phase 4. So that's what you're dealing with throughout that whole process of phase 4. Okay. And even if it means, of course, I have to put the mirror in there because even if it means talking to yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, you know, I'm beautiful, I'm great, look at me, I'm at 198 pounds, and or whatever your weight is, that your goal weight that you have set for yourself, right? And saying those things to yourself in the mirror, and you know, or you're talking about yourself, about your content, you're saying, okay, you know, now I am, now I'm able to engage more with my audience, and I am coming up with different type of topics, or whatever it is, whatever changes you make, talk to yourself. Yes, Linda, yes, be your own best friend. Yes, there you go. Thank you. Okay. And then so that was basically phase 4. So phase 5 is about boundaries and protecting yourself, right? So this is when people start to creep in and try to figure out, like, oh no, you just went walking yesterday. You don't got to go walking. You could do that later. You, you know? Yeah, having an accountability partner helps. Yes. So that protection is protecting your energy. So if you are, you're used to doing a certain thing at a certain time, do it. Do it. Create those boundaries. It protects yourself. It protects your mindset as you're walking along, because you're almost at the finish line. So there's no need, nobody can stop you. Okay? Nobody. You got to look back. Like, I forgot what her name was. The track, she, like, the first year she didn't make it because her mom died and she had a situation in the Olympics, and then she came back, and then I think it was like last year or the year before that, when she was running, she was looking back at them. I love that, because she was like, listen, I'm gonna cross this line and I'm gonna be number 1 on top of that. I'm not just crossing. Can't nobody stop me. Okay. And if she thought her, and this is no disrespect to anybody who wear wigs, because I wear weave too, but she took off her wig and ran. I'll tell you that. That's what she did. Okay. All right. So back to the subject matter. So at that the next phase is going to be phase 6. At phase 6, you're now at day 61. So you're almost there. So is you're locking in your wins, right? Because you're almost there. You're almost at the finish line. You're almost there. You can start reflecting, celebrating, knowing that, look at your future self and writing that letter. Right. So I mentioned at the beginning about writing the letter. This is the time where you're going to write the letter to your future self. Now, not when you first started, not at phase 1. You're writing your letter to your future self at the last phase. And so maybe you might think, why would we write our letter at the last phase? It's because if you know that you did something once, you know you can do it again and again and again. If you know you held yourself accountable for 72 days, you know you can hold yourself accountable for another 72 days. So you can enjoy your holiday with your family, and knowing that even if you are, you may look different when you show up because you've been working on yourself, and can't nobody tell you anything, because your confidence is through the roof, because you're beautiful, not just on the outside, but in the inside. So no one can say anything about, you know, you being on a shot. No one can say anything about your weight loss. No one can say anything, because you have passed so many different phases in your journey that now, guess what? You're doing, like, you're it, right? So you already know that no matter what anybody says to you, listen, I got it going on, okay? Inside and out, I got it going on. All right? So in your final days, that's when that's like your transformation stories. That's when you're going to share your journey. Now, some people say, "Oh, I share my journey along the way." In this particular phases, I wouldn't say you want to share it along the way. Hi, Vanity. How are you? I wouldn't say you want to share it along the way. I think this is something that, you share at the end of your journey. Um, I have this thing that when I got my master's degree, nobody knew I was getting my master's degree. I didn't share it until it was my graduation time. That I didn't allow any naysayers to come in my way. I didn't even give them the opportunity because guess what? I told myself I set something off to do it and I'm gonna do it. And so that's what matters the most is what you set for yourself, the goals you set for yourself. You know, there's a song out there and it says move in silence like lasagna. I don't know. I think it's maybe Jay-Z. Maybe is it or is it Biggie? I don't know, but it's an artist. So I that's how I moved. I moved in silence like lasagna, right? Okay. So I know I probably said a lot and it was regarding, you know, the rule of 72, right? You're honing in on yourself. Hi Linda, how are you? Mary says that makes a lot of sense. Yes, thank you. Thank you for like listening in and I hope that everyone got something out of it tonight. I know yesterday we talked about the SWOT analysis and I did post the details of a SWOT analysis in the description of that on the page, like on the live. I did post it for you guys so you can have something to go back and look at. And the same thing I'll do with this concept as well. Because, like I said, it's not something that I'm asking or expecting that anybody does like today, but you can use it in your weight loss journey. You can use it in any part of your journey in your life. And the workbooks that I leave below for you guys, those are going to be for you to grab and for you to utilize and to help you, right? Because I want to help you get somewhere. I want to help you step into a different reality of where you are today. I want you to step into a better version of yourself. Okay. Um, and I think we all have lots of work that we could work on, whether it's part of this weight loss journey or not. And I think it's beyond powerful of what happens when you make a decision to make a change and then you make that change and you say something, right? And they're like, oh wow, that happens in so many different aspects of life, you know, if you realize like, and I'm not expecting anybody to go biblical, but sometimes like when we speak, sometimes we speak too soon. And so sometimes keeping things in silence is okay. Like I mean that's my take. That's my take on things. Um Mary says I need all the encouragement I can get. I'm on this journey alone and I want to be encouraging as well. Yes, you're not on it alone. We're here with you. That's one thing that I say all the time is that I love the community and oh you want to encouraging others as well. Yes, yes, yes. And so Mary, just know that we are here with you. Hugs, nothing but love. I'm giving half hearts today because my hand is like holding my tripod, but I'm giving half hearts, I guess. But I give a half and a whole. I can't even put my hand the other way. But yeah, I'm so silly. Don't pay me no attention. But yeah, so that's basically everything for tonight regarding the rule of 72. So Kim J says some people are strong enough to do things by themselves, which is awesome. For those who need accountability partners, be prayerful with who you make connections with to minimize naysayers and negativity. Yes, I agree. I agree with that, Kim. Yes. And then Linda said, we are here for you, Mary. Yes, we are. Yes, we are all here for you. If you ever need to talk or anything, my email is there. You guys can always email me. I will get back to you. Even if I get off work, I will respond. So just know that you're not alone at all, at all. Kim J says, yes, Mary, some need encouraging along the way. Yes. I agree. I agree. And I think and make sure I'm correct. So like when I got my master's, it's just that I didn't share it with like the like what Kim J was saying, the naysayers and the negative people. Um so I don't know if I said this in my first video or not. I would have to go back and watch it myself. But I had my son while I was getting my undergrad degree. So I had in my second year. And everybody said I was gonna like drop out of school and not finish. And, it was a lot of discouraging things that was said. So I basically um I had to block a lot of people out because I wanted to continue to do what I wanted to do, and that was I wanted to continue my degree. So and I did. Um Kim J says, yes, Mary, we are here. This is a safe, encouraging space. Yes, yes, always. Um, Mary says, soft place to fall. Yes, exactly. And so for me, the rule of 72 has stuck with me for a very long time. So this was just one of few topics that I wanted to discuss. I am, just so everybody's aware, I am making videos and conducting I plan on conducting more interviews and then posting them as well. Um, and so my plan is to basically put out my content in videos, but continue to do these lives. These lives are engaging for me, and this is something that I'm really passionate about. Like I'm really passionate about like helping others and also teaching others in a perspective that makes sense to them, but then also helps them along their health journey. And so that's just me. So like I said, this topic was something that I really hone on to throughout my life. So I figured it would be utilized and it would be interesting to put it before you guys, as well as the SWOT analysis. So the SWOT analysis is something that I help businesses with. So I think it can help us in our health journey as well. Again, you guys are coming in. Please like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And we're here every night at 10 p.m. on Scale and Soul. And this is just where we reflect and talk about our weight loss journeys and perspectives of, helping our community become better than what we already are. So Linda says, I will have to catch the recap, Michelle. Kim J say, exactly, Mary. My nurse told me that finding community is a game changer. I found it and it's 100% truth. Yes, yes. Mary Cobb says, Linda, I am retired as well. Awesome. And let's see, Mary says, it's been hard to find a community here where I live. Oh, okay. Well, we're right here for you on the internet. We're right here. Yep, we're right here. Yes, I agree. Took the words right out of my mouth. So I'm like, you're right here. I mean, that's the beauty about like technology, right? Whoever knew that would just be like community connecting without even like I said communion, right? But connecting more or less. Too biblical for me, I guess, Michelle. You're always talking about God, but um connecting on the internet like this without even like having to be like going to like a community center and having a meeting, right? So, um, yes, I believe Mary has a channel. Anybody that has a channel, I don't know. What is my I'm trying to think what I have that's unique. If is there any frogs? Can we put any frogs if you have a channel? Can you put a frog below if you guys have a channel so you guys can go follow each other? I'm I think that there's a lot of content creators who's doing that, so I'm just gonna get on the bandwagon and put that in there. If you guys want, you guys can follow each other. If just put frogs in the yeah, thank you, Linda. Yeah, yep, she taught crochet, and she also made, is it Delilah pickle? It was so cute. Mary, you are cousins on this channel. Yes, we are all cousins on this channel, Mary. Yes, yes, yes. Reach out to any of us. That's what Kim J says. We are all here for each other. Yes, we are cousins in this channel. Yes, Mary. Yeah, on Delilah's channel. Yes, yes. Yes, Mary is a content creator. Yes, she is. Thank you guys for dropping the frogs. So, again, the frogs to me are very special. It's forever relying on God. FROG, right? So those are what my frogs stand for in my content. So that's what I like to put out the frogs for. That's why I like frogs. So thank you for guys for coming in. If you don't mind liking and subscribing to my channel. Mary says, all right, I'm probably old enough to be y'all mama. Oh my gosh. No, Mary. She said, Mary, I hope your night went well. Oh, your live went well. I know what she meant. I hope that your live went well last night. She's Kim J is saying that she goes live every Tuesday at 7:45, so she missed it. So she just letting you know, Mary. To she probably, do you go put I think she puts out her replays. I think I've seen it. I believe, yeah, yeah. Yep. So you can probably catch it on replay, Kim, too. So it looks like you and Kim probably go live around the same time. Yep. Thank you guys for liking. I appreciate it. Oh, yours is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, got it. Hi, Teddy. Yeah, we still up. This is 10 p. Listen, this is late night. This is Skell and Soul, Teddy. And you can be in your bed and you can be listening. Okay, 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 Teddy. This is Skell and Soul. We go late night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every night. We here every night. How are you doing tonight, Teddy? Linda said, that's so beautiful, frogs. Wow. Teddy said, oh, you gonna sing for us some song? No, I do not. And listen, I ain't got no voice like that. This is not Kim J. Kim J can sing for you, not Michelle. Um, Kim says, hi, Teddy. We are late night owls over here. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, we be up in here late. I'm on Eastern. I think there's different people. I want to say I want to say Kim is Eastern and Teddy is Central. Yes. Yep. I do remember that. Cuz you're Teddy, I remember cuz you're in the state that I like to be in. I love Texas. I like Texas. So, we put frogs down for content creators, Teddy, if you want to put your frog, because I know you're a content creator, so people can go follow you as well. That'd be great. That'd be great. Just so you know, Teddy, what we discussed today, I don't know if you're aware of. I know you teach. I don't know if you teach what subject matter. But we talked about the rule of 72. And yesterday we talked about SWOT analysis related to healthcare. But our weight loss journey on our healthcare side of things. But have you heard of the rule of 72? Because I know you're a teacher, right? Are you a teacher or a professor? I'm just putting all your business out there, but you're one of those two, right? You teach? Because my professor, the one who taught me, oh Lord, I have to do a switch for work project Friday. You have to do a switch. Oh Lord, I have to do a switch for a work project. Oh, I don't know what that means, but you're gonna have to help me. But yeah, so cousin, tell Teddy what the acronym for frog is. Oh, so Teddy, the frog means forever relying on God. FROG. Okay? Got that? Frog. All right. Teddy says, tell me about it. I work in education, but not a teacher. I am planning to become a professor. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I meant SWOT. Laugh out loud. Oh, you have to do a SWOT analysis. Oh Lord, I do a SWOT analysis for a work project Friday. Oh, okay. Well, go watch my video. You might learn something. And I put something in the comment section too about SWOT analysis. Maybe you might get something from that. Mary says, frog, I do every day. Yes, yes. Teddy says, I don't know what's going on with this typing today. Listen, it be auto correcting. But yeah, so again, check the description. The end of this I will be putting, I hope that it doesn't take a whole day to upload again. But if it whenever it uploads, I would then put it in the description. You said auto incorrect. I will put it in the description of the rule of 72. And then if you choose, maybe not now, but in the later future, if when I do put the workbooks out there for you to download to work on your um challenge, the different phases, so you can do 72 days. And I said the reason why, if you do it now, then you're done by Thanksgiving. So something to think about. Okay. I find the uploads go faster when I do it from my computer. Oh, okay. All I have is my cell phone. I have to invest in a laptop. I'm not there yet. I'm still working off a phone. So once I get there, I will be doing I'll be moving on up. I'm with you. I'm all for the growth. Yes. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. It's been about 55 minutes almost. I didn't do my hula hoop challenge today. I actually got an IV today. Oh yes, I do want to tell you guys about my IV briefly. So I got my IV today. Went good. Um, would you guys be interested to see the for me to do like a video, maybe not, I don't think I'll do a live because I don't know if there's somebody's gonna be in there. But just a video on about the IVs that I get, with the nutrients that I get once a month, and what it does for my body, um, and how it helps me throughout my journey, and what the changes have been in my body just taking it. And I think that yes, are they for energy? Um, yes, some of the nutritions are for energy. Some of it's for my skin. There's choline, lysine. There's two different ones on there for my skin. There's something on there for my hair. I take, so I focus on my skin and my hair and my tissue. So my bones, for my muscles. Because I just don't focus just on the basics. I try to look on the overall. So yeah. Um, I've been hula hooping since I've been here with you. Oh wow. I have not hula hooped that much. I haven't hula hooped today. I haven't got a chance to do it. So maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll bring it to work and I'll hula hoop outside my job and let them watch me from the window. They're like, Michelle's outside hula hooping. Oh my gosh. 57 minutes, 304 calories burned. Oh wow. Wow. Kim J is not playing. Mary said connections. I was trying to go back and see what it was referencing to. I think it might have been something that Kim J said before. But I couldn't. I was trying to follow. Mary said, Kim, you go girl. Right, she's burning it out. She on hula hoop for me tonight. Do I even deserve to go hula hooping tomorrow? She did my day 7 already. I gotta finish though. I gotta finish. I'm gonna finish strong. I gotta finish strong, Kim. Um, yeah, so I don't know if that'd be something that you guys are interested in. I was gonna do a video on it. Um, it is what I want is a connection. Okay, okay, yeah, you have that here. You're more than welcomed here anytime. Um, yes, I have to finish strong. Mary, anytime, anytime. Um, and so, and restore is like, oh, I found out today. I was walking by. Um, I was walking by, like, leaving from the sauna because I did the sauna first, and then after I left the sauna, then I went over to get my IV, and they actually have, like, a scale, the scale that tells you, like, your bone density and all this other stuff. I didn't see it. I've been going there for since June, never seen it once. But I seen it, and I asked the girl, I'm like, "What is that? Like, is that the scale that tells?" She's like, "Yeah, oh, yeah, and it goes to your phone. You should do it when you come in." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "It literally takes 5 seconds, Michelle." I was like, "Oh, man, I wish I'd been doing it since, like, June," but I wasn't. So, now I get to do it. So, I'm gonna probably do it starting in October and see where I stand. And she said the app goes to my phone and stuff like that. And so, Kim J sent to Mary, telling her yes, that we have a true connection here. Yep, and Mary put heart. Yep. Yes, these are listen, this is my family. These you guys are my cousins. I love you guys. I'm thankful that I am part of this community. I'm thankful for each and every one of my subscribers. Thankful for all of you who, have the courage to stay up late with me if you got stuff to do in the morning or not. I appreciate that with the bottom of my heart. You guys come in, you watch, you share, I appreciate it. I really, really do. So I have that coming that I'm gonna do with the IV, and I do shots there, but not as much as I do for like my IV. And then I showed you guys the sauna. I showed you that they had cryo there. There's Oh, I'm so happy you found me. I'm so happy I found you. You're such a great crocheter. Like my grandmother who lives in Alabama, during COVID, I used to mail her a whole bunch of yarn. She made my daughter a blanket. Um and she just used to make like shirts, different stuff. Like, yeah. So it's like very, very special. That's like, it takes so much time, but you know what? It keeps your mind going. That's what I used to tell her. And she used to do her crossword puzzles and do her crocheting. I was like, it was just like that was her piece, right? And I loved it. I loved it. Cause it's like, and where she lived at, like Amazon didn't go there all the time. Yes, gift from the heart, yeah. So it was like Amazon didn't go there all the time. I think they only went there like once or twice a week. So I always knew I had to order it and order enough for her. So and try to get the right colors that she was asking me for. But yeah. Um Peaceful helps with stress management. Mary says I'm going to be starting my business again. That's awesome. Mary, if you need any help with something, let me know. I help businesses, so just let me know. Um, I've voluntarily helped businesses grow, so if you need any help, just feel free to reach out. Um, any aspect of it. I am very versed in a lot of parts of business. But yeah, so that's some of my content interviews coming in, and I'm working on one more thing, but I'm not gonna share what it is yet because I just started and I want to make sure I have enough content on it before I can like push it out. So, um Linda said, "Awesome, Mary." And Mary put, "Oh, do I need to talk about the business?" Yeah, if there's a question, yeah, if you have a question and you say you're starting your business again, so I don't know if you already have your setup and stuff already, or if you have any questions for me, you're more than welcome to just send me an email, and I'll get right back to you and we can connect. Yes. Yep. Just because if I can provide any type of guidance on the business side to help grow someone's business, I'm willing just to do that. Like, I volunteer in my city to help people with their businesses. So I have to post some crochet items on my channel. Yeah. Yeah, post it. You can start like a store. Uh yeah. So you can Mary, you can start a store, and that store can be on your page. Like, you can connect it, and then people can go to your description and then click on it. Not for sale, just from the past. Oh, okay. But when you start your business, then we can talk about how that setup can be. Okay, I won't get into it here because I'll go down a whole content, like a whole street of things. Um oh, my email should be in my bio. It's bonsai. I think it's BONSAI .enterprise, ENTERISE 777 at gmail.com. So it should be bonsai.enterprise 777 at gmail.com. Should be my email. And it should be in my bio. And it should be like also off of my first post that I posted on my community page. I think I had it on there too. Yes. Okay. Yep, that's right. Thank you, Kim. Um, is there anything else tonight before we go? Is anybody thinking about joining the 72-day challenge? I know there's a couple challenges going on right now. Denny, because possibly considering, on the fence, not at all, not at this season, maybe next season. But if anything, again, Mary, I'll be looking out for your email. Um, you're on the fence? Okay, Linda, thank you. Considering it or something like it. Okay, thank you. And so I hope that you guys have a really blessed night. And thank you guys for joining Scale and Soul. And until tomorrow, I'll say peace, love, and happiness. God bless.